Hello everyone, my name is Dan, and this is my coaster addiction. Today, we're going to be talking about Leviathan. We're going to talk about some technical details, get into a brief history, the layout, then leave a review. Before we get into that, if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, as that would be greatly appreciated, and let's go. Leviathan is a Giga coaster at Canada's Wonderland, manufactured by Bolliger and Mabillard. It has a height of 306 feet. It goes 148 kilometers per hour. It's 1,672.1 meters long, pulls a max of 4.5 vertical Gs, and has an 80-degree drop. It's the tallest, longest, and fastest coaster in Canada. It features 4 cross seating with 8 rows, so 32 riders per train. It lasts 3 minutes and 28 seconds. It has 3 trains with 4 block zones. For anyone who might not know, a block zone is a chunk of the track that the ride computer will only let one train occupy. At the end of every block zone is a method to stop a train. This prevents the different trains on the track from colliding. I'm going to list the block zones to the best of my knowledge, but I'm not certain if this is accurate because I don't work at the park or anything, and I really have no way of knowing. I will guess to the best of my abilities from what I have learned from different YouTubers, mainly Ator Ryan. The block zones, to my knowledge, are as follows: the station, lift, coasting, and waiting breaks. I'm pretty sure the brake run is split up into 2 sections, one that's part of coasting and one that's waiting to get into the station. I know this because if the ride breaks down or if there is a delay in operations, both other trains will stack on the brake run. Now that we've gone over some technical details, let's talk about the history. When Leviathan first started planning, B&M originally didn't want to make a 300-foot coaster. They ended up doing it because they felt like they owed the park due to the fact they couldn't build an inverted coaster for them back in the 90s. This is because they had an exclusivity agreement with Cedar Point when with Raptor, an inverted coaster, opened. The exclusivity agreement meant that B&M couldn't build a similar coaster within a certain radius. Canada's Wonderland was just barely within that radius. Leviathan began construction in early 2011 and finished on February 7, 2012. The ride opened to the public on May 6, 2012 and was the best ride at Wonderland until Open Fury came along. Now that we've learned a little bit about the history of Leviathan, let's talk about the layout. After you sit down and pull down your lap bar, the train exits the station and turns 180 degrees into the lift hill. You then ascend the 306-foot lift and dive off an amazing first drop. You're out of your seat the whole time, and it feels like it lasts forever. In the valley of the first drop, you get some insane positives. Then you go into a giant overbanked turn before going into the speed hill. You get airtime on it, and if the train is running fast enough, you could get some ejector. After that, you go into a great airtime hill and get some really strong floater airtime, before diving down and going into another overbanked turn. This element is really cool because it goes right over the security checkpoint as you're walking in. After that, you go into an intense regular back turn before going into another strong floater airtime hill. After that, you go through another bank turn and then go into those brakes. This ride is super intense. The POV really doesn't do it justice. It goes way faster in real life. Pretty much whenever you're not going over an airtime hill, you're getting slammed into your seat with positives. I honestly think the name for this ride is really good because it feels like you're riding the back of a giant sea monster. They also picked a really good color scheme for it. That teal is what I think of when you say sea monster. It also has a really cool interactions with the front gate and parking lot. You see it the entire time as you're walking into the park. Even though Open Fury is better, I feel like this ride attracts more general public to the park. Overall, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It's a good ride, good looking, intense, and one of the star attractions at Wonderland. Well, those are my thoughts on Leviathan. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. Do you agree with my opinions? Let me know what your thoughts on Leviathan are down in the comments below. One more thing. If you don't already, be sure to follow My Coaster Addiction on Instagram. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video.